Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. You've heard it a million times. Calories in, calories out, eat less, move more. But what if I told you this simple math has been misleading us for decades? That despite logging calories, running on treadmills, or skipping meals, the scale still refuses to budge? Let's break down why calories in, calories out failed us, and what science now tells us actually matters when it comes to weight, health, and energy. For decades, we've been told a simple equation would solve our weight problems. Calories in, calories out. Eat less, move more. Simple math, they said, yet millions of people follow this advice to the letter, counting every morsel, running miles on a treadmill, skipping meals, and still, the scale refuses to budge. Why? Because the truth is far more complicated, far more insidious, and far more fascinating than simple arithmetic. Calories alone do not dictate your health, your fat storage, or your energy levels. Not even close. Think about it. 2 meals with the same number of calories can produce completely opposite effects in your body. A slice of white bread and a handful of almonds may both have 150 calories. But when you eat that bread, your blood sugar spikes, insulin surges, and your fat cells get the signal to store energy. You feel hungry again in less than an hour, cranky, drained, searching for the next sugary fix. The almonds, however, release fat and protein slowly, stabilize your blood sugar, suppress appetite, and even increase the number of calories your body burns just digesting them. That's called the thermic effect of food, a science-backed reality that calories in solves calories out completely ignores. Your hormones are constantly talking to your cells. Leptin, Ghrelin, insulin, cortisol, they're the real gatekeepers of fat storage and hunger. Insulin, for instance, doesn't care about calories, it cares about sugar. Every spike in blood glucose signals your body. Store fat, don't burn it, your fat cells swell, your muscles are denied access to energy, and suddenly that deficit of calories isn't so simple. Science shows that chronic insulin spikes from processed foods contribute to insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and the kind of stubborn fat that refuses to melt. You are not failing because of willpower. You are failing because the system you've been following ignores the chemical signals that control your metabolism. And then there's metabolism itself, a word thrown around casually, but in reality it's a living, breathing, dynamic system. Your basal metabolic rate, the number of calories your body burns at rest, is not fixed. It adapts. When you eat less, your metabolism slows. When you eat highly processed foods, your microbiome suffers, your digestion becomes less efficient, and your body starts hoarding energy like a squirrel preparing for winter. This is why crash diets fail. You aren't simply burning fewer calories, your body is fighting to survive. Starvation mode isn't a myth, it's a scientifically documented survival mechanism honed over thousands of years. Even genetics play a role. Research has identified genes that influence how your body stores fat, how quickly you burn calories, and even how you respond to certain foods. 2 people eating identical meals may see completely different results on the scale, purely because of differences in metabolism, hormones, and gut bacteria. And here's the kicker, your gut bacteria, the microbiome, can weigh as much as 5 pounds, influence inflammation, control cravings, and even dictate whether you gain fat or stay lean. Calories don't talk to your microbiome, but the foods you eat do. Fiber, polyphenols, fermented foods, they feed the right bacteria that help your body regulate weight naturally. Consider this. Dozens of studies have shown that people can eat the same number of calories, but if those calories come from different sources, their bodies respond differently. In one study, participants consumed the same calories but with varied macronutrient compositions. The group eating more protein and fiber not only felt fuller, but burned more calories through digestion and daily activity. They lost more fat, retained more muscle, and had better blood sugar control than the group eating higher carbohydrate processed foods. This isn't theory, it's documented science. Yet the calorie myth persists, drilled into our minds through decades of diet culture, misleading marketing, and oversimplified advice. And it's not just about fat. your energy, your mood, your brain function, even your risk for chronic disease, all are influenced more by what you eat than by how much. Foods with high sugar and refined carbs trigger inflammation, impair cognitive function, and increase the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Meanwhile, whole foods, rich in micronutrients, antioxidants, and healthy fats, can reverse inflammation, boost mental clarity, and even improve longevity. Counting calories doesn't protect you from these effects. Your body doesn't just see a number on a plate, it responds to chemistry. The myth of calories as the ultimate measure of health has caused untold frustration. Millions of people blame themselves when their efforts fail, when in reality, they've been following an incomplete, outdated formula. They've been ignoring the fact that metabolic health, hormone balance, and nutrient density are far more powerful levers than mere numbers on a food label. Here's the reality. If you focus on nutrient-dense foods that stabilize hormones, feed your microbiome, and support your metabolism, your body naturally regulates weight, energy, and hunger. Eggs, vegetables, lean meats, legumes, nuts, and healthy fats are not just food. They are signals to your cells to burn fat, increase energy expenditure, and suppress cravings. You don't have to starve yourself, run yourself into the ground, or obsess over every calorie. You just need to feed your body what it actually needs. And this is not guesswork. Scientific research now supports what ancient wisdom hinted at for centuries. Real food heals, fuels, and transforms your body in ways numbers never could. Calories are a small piece of the puzzle, an illusion of simplicity in a system that is astonishingly complex. Your metabolism, your hormones, your microbiome, they are the architects of your body. Calories are merely the bricks. Feed the system right and the results follow naturally. Ignore the system, obsess over calories, and frustration, fatigue, and failure are guaranteed. So the next time someone tells you it's just math, just calories, just willpower, remember this. Your body is not a spreadsheet. It is a living, adaptive, intelligent system. It reacts, it signals, it stores, and it burns. To truly change your health and weight, you must work with your body's chemistry, honor your metabolism, and focus on real nutrient-rich foods. Stop counting. Start understanding. The science is clear. Calories alone are not the answer. And when you finally grasp that, everything changes. We've all heard the phrase, "You are what you eat." But few of us truly grasp what that means. It's not just calories, not just portion control. It's the quality of the food, the timing of your meals, and the invisible signals they send to your body. What you eat is literally dictating whether your cells thrive or deteriorate, whether your hormones balance or spiral out of control, whether your metabolism burns fat or hoards it. And yet, in a world obsessed with counting calories, the critical role of food quality and timing has been almost entirely ignored. Imagine this. Two people eat the same number of calories in a day. One consumes fast food, sugary snacks, and refined carbs. The other chooses whole vegetables, high-quality protein, nuts, and healthy fats. They both meet their calorie goals, yet their bodies respond in wildly different ways. The first person experiences insulin spikes, inflammation, brain fog, and relentless cravings. Their fat cells are in storage mode, locking away energy even as they exercise. The second person, however, experiences steady blood sugar, stable energy, and a natural suppression of appetite. Their metabolism is working for them, burning fuel efficiently, repairing cells, and optimizing energy use. This isn't speculation, it's biochemistry, meticulously documented in research studies across decades. Take sugar, for example. When you consume processed sugar, it floods your bloodstream almost instantly. Insulin shoots up to manage this spike. Your fat cells cry out for storage. Your liver converts excess sugar into fat. Even short-term consumption triggers inflammation in the brain, impairs memory, and disturbs mood. Long-term, it's associated with obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even certain cancers. Yet sugar is empty calories that the calorie counting mantra ignores. Calories say it's 100 calories. Your hormones say, this is a crisis, store it all. Now consider fiber. Fiber is invisible to most diet calculators, but it has a profound impact on your metabolism. It slows digestion, regulates blood sugar, and feeds your gut bacteria, the very organisms that control inflammation, energy extraction from food, and even your cravings. A high-fiber diet has been shown in multiple studies to lower body fat, reduce hunger, and improve insulin sensitivity. Your gut literally communicates with your brain about whether you feel full or hungry. You can't count calories and expect the same effect. Fiber's influence is biochemical, not numerical. Protein is another hidden powerhouse. When you eat high-quality protein, your body requires more energy to digest it, a phenomenon called the thermic effect of food. Protein also signals your brain to release satiety hormones like GLP-1 and PYY, which naturally curb appetite. Studies consistently show that people who eat higher protein diets lose more fat, preserve more muscle, and feel fuller than those who simply cut calories. This is why eating 200 calories of chicken and vegetables is metabolically different from 200 calories of sugary cereal. Your body is reading a completely different signal. Timing is equally powerful. The human body is not a machine that runs on calories alone. It's a highly tuned circadian system. Hormones like insulin, cortisol, and melatonin fluctuate throughout the day, influencing when your body stores fat, burns fuel, or builds muscle. Research shows that eating late at night when your metabolism naturally slows leads to higher fat storage and impaired glucose tolerance. Conversely, consuming nutrient-dense meals during the daytime when your metabolism is more active supports fat burning, energy production, and optimal hormone function. Meal timing isn't a gimmick, it's biology. Intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating, and strategic meal timing are not fads. They're science-backed tools that exploit these natural rhythms. Studies show that individuals who eat their meals within an 8 to 10 hour window, aligned with daylight, experience improved insulin sensitivity, better fat loss, lower inflammation, and even longer lifespan markers. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter, at the right time, for the right effect. Even the sequence of foods matters. Starting a meal with protein and fiber before carbohydrates slows the glucose spike, reduces insulin release, and minimizes fat storage. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that meal order alone can influence blood sugar by up to 30%. This is a subtle, nearly invisible factor that no calorie count can capture, but your body notices. Every bite sends a signal, and these signals accumulate to shape metabolism over years. And let's talk about nutrient density. Vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients are not optional extras. They are the building blocks of cellular energy, repair, and longevity. A single sweet potato contains more compounds that regulate inflammation and promote metabolic efficiency than hundreds of calories of white bread. A handful of nuts delivers essential fatty acids that stabilize hormones, protect the heart, and even improve cognitive function. When you focus on nutrient quality rather than just numbers, your body transforms, effortlessly regulating hunger, energy, and fat storage. This is why so many diets fail. They reduce calories but ignore quality and timing. They treat the body like a spreadsheet, when in reality, it's a living, adaptive system. Your metabolism, hormones, and gut are constantly responding to the chemical signals in your food. Ignore them, and you're fighting a war you cannot win. Embrace them, and your body starts working with you rather than against you. The proof is everywhere. Centenarians who live past 100 often eat far more calories than conventional diet advice would recommend. But their diets are rich in whole foods, plant-based nutrients, healthy fats, and carefully timed meals. Their bodies thrive not because of calorie restriction, but because their food quality and timing align with biology. They enjoy energy, vitality, and longevity, while those obsessed with calories alone struggle with fatigue, hunger, and metabolic disease. So, if you truly want to change your body, your health, and your life, forget the numbers on the package. Stop obsessing over calories. Start focusing on the foods that feed your cells, the timing that optimizes metabolism, and the nutrient density that fuels life. Eat eggs, vegetables, legumes, nuts, healthy fats, meals that stabilize hormones, nourish your microbiome, and signal your body to burn fat naturally. Eat when your metabolism is most active. Avoid the late-night sugar traps, and honor your circadian rhythm. This is not theory, it's science. Food quality and timing are not optional. They are critical. They dictate whether you store fat or burn it, whether you feel energized or depleted, whether your body thrives or suffers. Calories are just numbers. Real health comes from chemistry, biology, and timing. Feed your body the right signals, and it will reward you with energy, vitality, and sustainable fat loss. Ignore them, and no amount of calorie counting will save you. The next time someone tells you, just eat less, move more, remember, it's not about less. It's about smarter, higher quality food, perfectly timed for your body's natural rhythm. Once you grasp this truth, everything changes. Your metabolism stops fighting you. Your cravings naturally disappear, and your health begins to transform from the inside out. Food quality and timing are the real masters of your metabolism, and they've been quietly controlling your body all along. We often obsess over food, counting every calorie, measuring every gram, yet we overlook one of the most powerful forces shaping our body: lifestyle. Your metabolism is not a static engine. It's a dynamic living system, influenced not just by what you eat, but by how you move, sleep, and live. Science now shows that no amount of dieting can overcome poor lifestyle habits. Your body responds to more than numbers on a label. It responds to signals, rhythms, and stress. And when we ignore these signals, our metabolism slows, hormones misfire, and fat storage becomes relentless. Sleep is one of the most overlooked drivers of metabolism. Skimping on just a few hours of sleep doesn't just make you tired. It alters the very hormones that regulate hunger and fat storage. Ghrelin, the hormone that signals hunger, skyrockets. Leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, plummets. Studies from the University of Chicago have shown that people restricted to just 5 hours of sleep eat an average of 385 extra calories the next day, and those calories come almost entirely from fat and sugar. Chronic sleep deprivation increases cortisol, a stress hormone that drives visceral fat into the abdomen, disrupts insulin sensitivity, and even accelerates aging. Your metabolism is not just resting while you sleep, it's repairing, regulating, and preparing for energy efficiency. When you cheat your body of sleep, it retaliates silently, holding on to fat and energy reserves. Stress is another invisible saboteur. Modern life bombards us with psychological and emotional stress, which triggers cortisol release. Cortisol isn't inherently bad, it's vital in short bursts, but chronic elevation tells your body, danger, conserve energy. Store fat. Even if you exercise, eat perfectly, and count calories meticulously, chronic stress can override those efforts. Studies have linked prolonged stress to increased abdominal fat, disrupted thyroid function, and impaired glucose metabolism. Stress doesn't just affect your mood, it rewires your metabolism to prioritize survival over fat loss. Movement is far more than burning calories. Strength training, for instance, is a metabolic supercharger. Muscle burns calories at rest, far more efficiently than fat. Just 10 pounds of additional muscle can burn up to 50 extra calories per day at rest. Resistance training also improves insulin sensitivity, stabilizes blood sugar, and even boosts hormone production, including testosterone and growth hormone, which support fat burning and muscle maintenance. Cardiovascular exercise is important, yes, but without muscle, your metabolism is slower, your energy levels lower, and your body more prone to fat storage. Muscle is not vanity. It's a metabolic tool, a hormone regulator, and a protective mechanism against age-related decline. Hydration, too, plays a critical role. Water is not just a filler. It's essential for metabolic reactions. Mild dehydration can slow your metabolism, impair fat oxidation, and even alter mood and cognition. Studies show that drinking cold water can temporarily increase calorie burn by stimulating thermogenesis, the body's heat-producing metabolism. But more importantly, proper hydration supports digestion, nutrient absorption, and the removal of metabolic waste. A sluggish metabolism often begins with subtle dehydration, unnoticed yet profoundly impactful. Even lifestyle patterns like meal timing, movement throughout the day, and circadian alignment influence metabolism. Humans are designed to move, not sit for hours. Research shows that prolonged sitting decreases insulin sensitivity and reduces the number of calories burned throughout the day. Short bouts of activity, even walking for 5 minutes each hour, improve glucose uptake and fat oxidation. It's not just about hitting the gym once a day, it's about creating metabolic flow in every aspect of daily life. Your body thrives on movement, rhythm, and activity. Environmental factors matter too. Light exposure regulates melatonin and circadian rhythms, directly impacting metabolism and fat storage. Chronic exposure to artificial light at night disrupts sleep, alters hormone cycles, and is linked to weight gain, independent of diet. Temperature, toxins, and even social interaction influence stress, cortisol, and metabolic efficiency. Metabolism is not just biochemical, it's ecological. Every element of your lifestyle is a signal, a message your body interprets, and a determinant of energy balance. Consider this: countless people eat perfectly, count calories precisely, yet struggle to lose weight. Their diet alone isn't the problem, their lifestyle is. They skip sleep, sit for hours, endure chronic stress, ignore strength training, and forget hydration. Science now proves that this combination overrides calorie math every time. Metabolic health isn't about restriction, it's about alignment. Alignment with natural rhythms, proper rest, movement, stress management, and environmental harmony. Even mental health plays a role. Anxiety, depression, and chronic worry alter hormone levels, increase inflammation, and disrupt glucose metabolism. The brain is a metabolic command center. Neurotransmitters, hormone signals, and nerve pathways dictate whether energy is used or stored. Mental wellness is not a luxury. It's a metabolic necessity. A body in chronic mental stress will hoard energy, crave sugar, and sabotage fat loss, no matter how many calories are consumed. Lifestyle interventions are not theoretical. They are life-changing. Studies show that sleep optimization alone can reduce insulin resistance, decrease appetite, and improve fat oxidation. Stress reduction techniques like meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness can lower cortisol and restore hormonal balance. Strength training programs rebuild metabolism, increase resting energy expenditure, and improve hormone profiles. Combining these lifestyle factors creates a metabolic environment where fat is burned efficiently, energy levels are stable, and cravings naturally diminish. The biggest myth we've been sold is that metabolism is fixed, that calories alone control our body. In truth, metabolism is a living, responsive system shaped by sleep, stress, movement, hydration, environment, and mental health. Treat it poorly, and your body stores fat, slows energy, and ages faster. Treat it well, and your body becomes a fat-burning, energy-generating powerhouse, resilient and adaptive. Every choice you make, when you sleep, how you move, how you handle stress, how you nourish your mind, sends metabolic signals that dictate how your body functions, ages, and transforms. The takeaway is simple yet profound. Lifestyle matters more than calories. Sleep enough, move intentionally, manage stress, hydrate, honor circadian rhythms, and support mental health. This isn't optional. It is the foundation of metabolic health, the secret many diets ignore, and the true determinant of sustainable fat loss and energy. Calories alone cannot compensate for a lifestyle out of sync with biology. So stop blaming yourself for failed diets. Stop punishing your body with starvation or overexercise. The scale is not the enemy. Your lifestyle is the lever. Optimize it, align it, and your metabolism will finally start working for you, not against you. This is the truth that no calorie counting app can teach you. Your body is a system, a living machine, and your lifestyle is the blueprint. Treat it with respect. Feed it movement, rest, and rhythm, and it will reward you with vitality, energy, and transformation beyond anything a number on a label could ever promise.